Hello everyone, how are you all? Today I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people are very uncomfortable about. Some people might even say it's controversial. People just don't want to, talk about it. And I just saw a tweet that said it is self-destructive to marry an unkind person. And so the thing I'm going to talk about is divorce. Thinking about divorce before marriage. I think everyone, for me personally, I think everyone who is thinking about getting married should have divorce at the back of their mind to say, if what is, I do a lot of what is in everything, every aspect of my life, even in relationship, even before I got married, while I'm married, everything. Because I work out all scenario, I do a lot of scenario buildings in my head. The question, the thing I want people to look at is that, think of the person you want to marry and say, what if we are divorced today? What kind of a person would that be? And that's what this tweet is all about. Because if you marry a kind person, a person that even if anything happens and this marriage doesn't work out, and you end up, getting divorced, that this person is a good human being and will be kind to you, I will not try to destroy you. That's the kind of person you marry. If you're looking at it, you want to marry someone and then you're thinking, okay, what if I divorce this person today, or we're getting divorced? What's the person going to do? And you see it's a vindictive person, a vengeful person, someone who will go to every length to destroy you. Why are you marrying that person? These are major red flags. Because many times people don't want to talk about these issues. People just think, oh, marriage is something that you just sit down, you get married, and it works out happily ever after. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work. Both partners. It's like a business. You have to nurture it, you have to grow it, you have to check what is working, what is not working. Most importantly, just like before you start a business, also before you start a marriage, you have to look at everything on board and check it. If you have someone who you can see that person is very vengeful, vindictive, can do anything, there are some people who would rather even kill someone than let the person go. Why are you getting in a marriage with that kind of person? All of these things are red flags. When you talk about divorce, people always come out, talk all sorts of things. How do you have divorce at the back of your mind while you're getting married? Yeah, of course. I do. We did, like for myself and my husband, we sat down, we discussed all of these things. We knew what our red flags are. One of the things for my husband was the fact that he wanted only two children. And he was like, oh, if you're going to have the third one, you're going to have it in your father's house, so not in my house. And the background to this whole story was that he had a friend whose wife was pregnant, I think either with the fifth or the sixth child. And this friend didn't know until it was 6 months. The pregnancy was 6 months because the woman hid it from me. The woman wanted, I think, 2 or 3 children, something like that. And then the woman just kept getting pregnant because she was looking for a boy and they had girls. And so for my husband, that was like a deal breaker. I had my deal breakers and we discussed all of this. And I always say to people, when I was like 13, 14, I always wanted just 2 children. I didn't want, because I beg. I just wanted 2 children. And I said, if I was the kind of person that wanted more children, I wouldn't have married my husband. And these are the things that you discuss them, you talk about them, you know what your deal breakers are. What are the things that you will not tolerate? If you see the person already doing it, why are you going in and getting married to that person and then hoping that things will just work out? And not just only making yourself miserable, but you end up making the children and the family miserable, people who will be affected all their lives, who will grow up traumatized. People don't understand how traumatizing an abusive relationship is on the children. It traumatizes the children for life. There are many people who have been married for 30 years, 40, 50, 60 years, but they are like sworn enemies. Why are you together if you don't love each other? If you don't wake up and you're thinking, how do I make this person happy? If you don't see the person like, what can I do to put a smile on the person's face to make the person more happy? I mean, that's the way you should be thinking about your spouse, not the one that, what can I do to make him angry? How will I make him suffer like that? Then that's not marriage. That's imprisonment. That's torture. Why are you in it? Because society wants you to be in it, and then you force yourself in, you stay in there, you don't leave, you make yourself miserable, you make your children miserable, you bring traumatized, abused children into the society. Is that fair? That's not fair. I mean, Marriage is, it's not something to be taken for just lightly, and it's something to be worked on. And honestly, if it gets to a place where it's not healthy, it's not working, both people are not happy, why you stay together? Why? Because society will laugh. Who cares what the society is going to say? Society will talk anyway. It's not better the society is talking and then you are happy, rather than this thing. And if you want to work on you want to have an amazing marriage, work on it. Be there for each other. Love each other. Unconditional love. It doesn't have to be conditional. Oh, he gave me this before I would love her. She gave me this before I would love her. No. Just love the person for who they are. Accept them for who they are. If you can't do that before marriage, then there's no need getting married. And then if you get married, accept that person and move on. And if it doesn't work for you, why don't you just go your own way amicably, instead of the misery that we see a lot of, a lot of marriages have turned into misery and all of that. I think I'm going to be doing more of this marriage talk and just sharing my own experience. It's my experience. It might not work for you. But one of the things for me that growing up, even before I got married, was I was looking at all the marriages around me. And I was picking the ones, that worked best, and the ones that I feel I can relate to, the kind of thing I want. And the ones that weren't working, I made up my mind. There are certain things I knew I could not take. Like, for example, like when my husband proposed, I told him 2 things. I said, I'm always very sick and I'm very lazy. I don't like housework. And if my husband was the kind of person that wanted a woman to use her hand to grind ogbono before he will enjoy it, if I no marry me, because he knew right from day one, I lazy tired. Honestly, even as I did here, so I told my husband, I say, when you are coming back, bring my hijab for me, because who with me, it was like, no, he said, you don't want to wash, or you don't want to. I said, no, bring the clothes, whatever. He said, if I come, I'll do it for you. He knows his wife. Sometimes I look at him and say, oh, you lazy. I say, but I tell you now. That's the way marriage, honestly, marriage is such a beautiful, beautiful relationship. I just don't know why some people just allow themselves to just stay on and have this miserable life just because to fulfill some societal whatever. What the heck? Anyway, that's what I said. Let me say to you, but honestly, don't allow yourself to be tied down by society. Honestly, free yourself. I don't know who needs to hear this. It's better you have a peaceful marriage, a happy marriage, a loving marriage, than to stay in an abusive marriage. Honestly, it's not worth it. And even for those who want to bring you religious thing, as a Muslim, marriage fulfills half of your deen. When you get married, half, like 50%, it's done. But I say one of the easiest way to actually go into hellfire can be through marriage. Because the rights of a husband and a wife on each other, the rights of spouses on each other, they are so great that, and when you're angry, when you're fighting each other, you don't fulfill those rights because you're looking for ways to make each other angry, and you never grow in an abusive marriage, because the energy you put together in how to grow, how to do great things together and all of that, put your heads together, you're busy fighting, attacking each other, bringing each other down. So what is it? What is it? So please, before you get married, think about divorce. What if we get divorced? With this person, will it be the kind of person that will still be kind to you? If your answer is yes, voila, go ahead, you have a soap. If the answer is no, let me ask you, why get married? Don't be unkind to yourself.